Hey everybody, Wizzy Wizard here. I just wanted to quickly make a video discussing the Shaper Storms, especially the one that we saw in the demo this past weekend, as well as the ones that we're possibly going to see in the full game. So these storms seem to pop up randomly throughout our time in the game, but it really doesn't seem to be a super often occurrence from what the developers have told us, so it's going to be some sort of event. So what do we know about Shaper Storms? Well, the answer to that is not a whole lot, but let's still dive into what we do know. So what we do know for sure about the Shaper Storms is that they're basically random events that sprout out large, deadly creatures into the world, such as Titans. For those who did play the demo when the Shaper Storm started, it spawned multiple Titans in the free play area. We also had access to a huge Titan in the Edian Grove, where basically it's like the mushroom trees that glow when it's dark outside. And obviously, for those who did see it, there was a large red hurricane-looking storm up in the sky for the whole entire Shaper Storm. It was swirling around, throwing large fireballs down to the surface. It looked really, really cool. But for those who did not notice, the storm stayed in one spot in the sky. So from what I saw, we were just on the outskirts of that storm. So here I theorize that we're going to be able to somehow find our way to the eye of that storm, because we know that the map is a lot bigger than what we had access to. And if you remember in the gameplay of 2017, we will be able to access its storm as some type of event, hopefully. So we all know that games do change a lot during development, so there is some subject to change from 2017. Obviously we all know that, but I believe what we did see this past Sunday is just the beginning. And then Mike Gable basically confirmed that, and the lead developer stated that this was just a tease. So my full theory about what the Shaper Storm is with the limited information that we currently have is the Shaper Storm is almost formed by a form of pollution by the Shapers, mostly as the tools that they left behind when they abandoned the planet. And I'm not saying pollution in the sense of what you would think and, the way the world is where we are, but it's basically whatever fumes or power that radiate from these Shaper relics all over the planet. Because we all know for a fact that these relics do become active quite frequently, to the point where we constantly have to shut them down, and if we don't, these relics wreak havoc. I mean, seriously wreak havoc. Plus, in addition to all the cataclysms, most notably the Heart of Rage, which is still active today, mind you, there's something getting into this atmosphere creating these Shaper Storms. And we also do know that the Shaper relics so far mimic the Shaper Storms, just at a much, much smaller scale, where the relics are spawning creatures like scorpions and stuff like that, and then the Shaper Storm so far has shown us an ancient Ash Titan, which is the largest creature we've seen so far in this demo. But like I said before, I do believe the closer that you get to the eye of the storm, the more you'll see the effects that it can have on the planet, either creating storms with crushing winds or completely changing the climate in certain regions, which has been hinted at, or more obviously just creating these enormous creatures and then dropping them right on our doorstep. So that's all I got for the Shaper Storms right now. I know this was less of a lore video and more of a theory video, but if you don't know me, I always have a theory on things, so just bear with me. Also, feel free to send me any of your theories pertaining to any of the possible Anthem lore topics to either my Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. Thanks again for watching and listening. Any support will definitely be appreciated, and don't forget, stay frosty for